We got an exciting new project going. Got the power pole set or bought on the trailer, and now we got to drop it in. Didn't film it yesterday, but the hole is mostly dug. Goes down about 4 to 6 feet. So, project for today. Oh, that's still in the tree. So we kind of underestimated the length of this thing. So when we were trimming the tree, didn't cut off quite enough. So gonna have to get back up there and trim some stuff. But pole's in, we got it braced and leveled. So now it's just time for some concrete and some dirt, and we'll be good to go. Got the electrical pole all finished up. Still have the braces on there just until the concrete cures. So we'll leave the braces on for a couple days. But pole's ready to go. Trimmed all the stuff there at the top. Oh. So this pole is going to be coming off of this main line right here. So they'll drop it to there. We'll get a meter installed, and then we're gonna trench and put a meter in the barn so that we can get power in the barn, and then we'll send one over where you see these hay bales. We'll probably send the main line there with the breaker box, because that's probably where we're going to put either the RV or the house or something. So here's just a closer look. Here's the meter box. Now that they have the fancy ones, basically it's just a direct plug into that. So as soon as that gets plugged in, meter starts running, and pretty easy. So they told us it'll probably take about 2 weeks for them to come out and get the meter installed, but that means in 2 weeks we'll have power to this barn. The people from the electric company finally came out and installed the meter, so not much of an update, but as you can see here, we got electricity. Numbers are moving. What we're gonna have to do next is, from the breaker box, come down here. We're gonna have to dig a trench, and kind of right over there by the side of this sliding garage door, on the inside actually is where we're gonna trench under it, and then on the inside will be the main box, and then from there we'll be able to do the lights. And on the other side of the barn is where my dad's RV is going to go for the time being. So he's going to have to put an RV hookup over there. But we got some electricity. And it's fed over there. So I kind of said at the very beginning when we started this channel that my plan was to be really upfront with like how much everything costs, because I know that it is confusing and there's a lot of research that goes into it, and you never really know how much something might cost because they kind of just tell you like a very basic price. So for the electricity, Basically all we had to do, once they came out and surveyed it and told us where they wanted the pole, that didn't cost anything for them to come out and check it out. All we had to actually do was buy the power pole that you just saw, that already had the pre-set up box with the meter box on it and everything. So I think that, I want to say, if I remember correctly, that pole cost just over $900. I think it was like $940, and we installed it ourselves, so there was no labor cost. From that point, they came out and they hooked it up for free. So all in all, for us to get power to the pole was just over 900 bucks. We did buy some cement and stuff, so that added a couple extra dollars, but it wasn't a whole lot. So the only other cost that we're gonna have to rent a ditch, a ditch digger, ditch witch, whatever. So that'll probably cost us about 100 bucks. And then we have to buy pipe. That's gonna send the conduit over to the barn, and then the main breaker box, and just whatever other conduit that has to go up to put some lights and other stuff like that. So all in all, right now we're 950. By the time we're done with it, we'll probably be maybe $1,500 to have electric to the barn and a RV hookup for my dad. So that's just kind of a general overview. Every project, depending on where you live, it's going to be different, but for us, that's what it cost. So here is the power meter that I showed in the previous video, and my dad got out, rented the ditch witch, and started running the line. So basically what we're doing is, from the meter, we're coming this way towards the barn, and then the main meter box is going to go up that little area, get mounted on the barn right there, and then we'll drill through the barn and send electricity to the inside. Then it'll drop back down, come this way, and somewhere right around here is where the RV hookup will be. And then eventually it's going to have to go out to the well, which is right behind my truck. All right, so today we're gonna get started running the electrical lines from the well to the electrical pole. So over here, we got a couple ladders. We have the spooled up wire kind of suspended on them, and we're gonna start rolling it into the trench. It's not the most efficient way to do it, but we just kind of jerry-rigged it a little bit just to make it easier. So what we did is put all the spools on one piece of metal pipe and put it in between these ladders, and that way we can make a little pigtail, which I'll do here in just a second, and we'll be able to just pull it, and hopefully it should all just spool out nice and easy. I created the pigtail and sent the first bit of wire through. So as you can see, there it is. We're just going to feed it one by one through the conduit all the way over to the barn. We got all of the pieces of conduit glued together. Now we're just feeding a little bit of extra wire through the end here. And the electrical is going to go through this side of the V. It'll come out, attach to the box there, and then this side of the V will be for the water. Okay, so this is the side that is closest to the barn, as you can see. So out of this hole, we're gonna have an angle with a pipe that comes sticking up, and then the meter box will go right up in here. So all of the conduit is in the ground. All the way over there. All right, so the next step is just going to be to come by with the shovels and dump just a little bit of dirt on top of the electrical conduit. We are going to be putting the water on top of it. I know some people would say that it's supposed to be the opposite. You put the water in first and then the electrical, but we have everything sealed up really well, glued together. So we're going to put a little bit of dirt down in the ditch, and then we'll get started on the water. So we got all of the electrical conduit down in there and covered up. So now we got to start putting the insulation on the water pipe. Well, the blistering heat defeated us. So we are going to take a break for today. We actually are a piece or two shy on the insulation anyways. So we're not going to get everything done today, but we got a good portion of it. So I'll flip it around and show you what we did. So here's the ditch. It's partially filled in, as you can see, and it comes on over to here. And okay, so this is the end of the plumbing that we have going right now. So basically, once we get the remaining two pieces of insulation that we were short on, we'll throw those on, tape them, and then somewhere right around here, we're gonna have just a 4x4 post sticking up. So we'll have to dig a little hole that'll be adjacent to the ditch, and then that will stick up, and there's gonna be a T-valve, and then the water line will come up onto the post to a hose bib for my dad's RV, and then it'll go from the other side of the T all the way, the rest of the way through the ditch and over to the barn. Okay, so I don't know if you guys could see it. I don't know what the heck is happening with my camera, but when I'm filming with the main cameras, it just doesn't know how to focus. It keeps like doing this weird little thing. So I'm sorry about that y'all are having to watch that. I'm sure it's kind of nauseating. I don't know how to fix it. If any of you are tech savvy, I have an iPhone 12, I believe. And I don't know what, it didn't used to do it, but it can't decide how it wants to focus. So if you know what's going on, just leave a comment and hopefully I can record better videos, because right now my phone is all I have to record videos. So hope someone can help. All right, so today we're working on the main power line that's coming from the pole over to the barn. So we have this larger conduit with this massive wire for all 220 volts, and basically we already pretty much measured everything out, ran it through the conduit, so we have it laid out there loosely. We just got to glue everything together, and then it's going to get dropped into this trench right here, and it'll come up, and then the main box will be right there. As you can see, the main line is sticking up right there. We still have to cut this upright but the electrician's coming out in a couple days, so we're just going to leave it like this. So that upright he'll take out and manipulate the wires and, you know, cut it to size and everything, so it'll just go right in through the bottom of this box. And then we have conduit all the way down to where my dad is over there. And on the other side, we have both pieces of conduit. So this is the skinny one, which came from this side, goes to the RV. That's what we were doing previously. And that goes to the well. And then the other piece of larger conduit is this one over here. So that's where the box will kind of end up being right here. The main line will go up, and then the RV will come back down from it and go back this way. All right, so today is, I guess, day 3 of working on all the electrical and the plumbing. So right here is where the 4x4 post is going to be for my dad's water and electric. So that gray conduit you see has the electric, so we'll have to drop that in the trench, and then we'll put the 4x4 water will go up to a hose spigot on there, and then the 30 amp receiver for the RV will go there. And then it goes this way. And we're going to cut the water in right here to have an additional hose bib right there on the barn. And then it goes all the way to where the power box is. All right, so it's been a little while since we talked about the power. It is officially all done. And one of the best things about having power is it means we also have water. So, cool thing is I can do this and that. So we're all hooked up on the well now that we got power going, and my dad's got his 5th wheel out here, and he's officially living on the ranch. So good things are coming. We have now that we have power, we can charge tools and all that kind of stuff, so it's just getting a lot more convenient. So good things ahead.